All right. Hi, everyone. We'll go ahead and get started. This is Haley with Invita. And first off, we want to thank you all for taking the time out of your day to join us for our live webinar on how to reel in leases with video. There will be a portion at the end for a Q&A, so make sure you write down your questions and we'll get to them at the end. For those of you who have not worked with us yet, Invita is a full-service digital marketing agency specializing in multifamily throughout the country. And we focus on social media campaigns, online ads, branding, photography, and video. So to help you put faces to our voices today, again, this is Haley. I'm our Director of Innovation, and I have one of our teammates here, Chelsea, who is our Process Manager.
Hi, everyone.
So today we're going to go ahead and cover a few different things. First, we're going to start with the best platforms for running your videos and the different types of videos. We're going to talk about building the perfect shot list and making sure you get the look and feel that's right for your brand. And then we'll go into some fair housing tips and tricks for video. So we know that video is the top preferred visual content for users. Right now, video marketing is really the best performing digital content type. In terms of driving more views, getting more engagement, more responses than really any other social posting option. We know that people are spending 2.6 more time on social accounts with video than without. And here we have an example of a video at a property in Austin, Texas. With video, when it's done right, it can really drive a greater response than any other content type, and that key is being done right. So we're going to talk about some of the different types of videos. First, starting with lifestyle video. So lifestyle videos, what we call lifestyle videos, are typically around 60 seconds. And this is a long form type of video content, and it does perform better in terms of SEO. So it's great for things like YouTube, websites, on-site promotional purposes, such as being displayed on a TV in your leasing lobby or model unit. And it can also be used for social on IGTV, which we'll dive into a little bit more in a minute. Our next type is social video. So similar to lifestyle videos, social videos are shorter. So typically around 15 seconds. They're great for your actual social content being sent out to prospects and then repurposing for social ads and in stories and different types of content. So with social videos, they do generate over 1,000% more engagement than any type of text and image type post combined. So we know that they do really well. The engagement rate for Facebook is double for video posts compared to non-video. And with social videos, like I said, that they're shorter, but they still want to showcase the property, the full lifestyle. So they can be categorized from unit videos, amenity, neighborhood, all the different types. So you're still really showing prospects what a day in the life it is, day in the life of a resident for living there. And our next type is motion posts. So we like to talk about these in terms of stopping the scroll. So motion posts are much shorter. They are typically a 5-second video, and there can be different types of them. So they can be created using footage-based and then simply from images so that they can create the illusion of motion. And the biggest difference there is having those that are actual video, so footage, and then text and image-based ones. So we have some more examples on here. 72% of consumers prefer learning about a product or service through video. So one type of motion graphics are through different text-based, so that they are communicating a certain message that you want to go over. It can be featuring a different social series, such as this one that has the floor plans. But there are different types. So the next ones are going to be a little bit more simpler. So the last one you saw was text-based ones, and these ones are more motion-based. So simpler things like clouds moving or the lights changing or a logo coming in. 72% prefer learning about videos. So viewers retain 95% of the message. So you can see that they're a different type here.
Thanks, Haley. So now that we have dived into different examples and really talking about lifestyle 15-second motion posts, let's talk about vertical video. So a lot of times we have different types of video that we love to put into either editing into a vertical or putting it on a branded background, such as the Huxley example. This can be used in IG stories, IGTV, and our new favorite, TikTok. You want to make sure that if you do have videos that aren't edited to be vertical, that you are placing them on some sort of background, so that way they really fit inside of these particular apps instead of just cutting off some of the footage. We definitely don't want that. And as we know, video consumption through mobile devices is huge. A lot of people really just want to spend the time to watch something, not necessarily read. So having these videos sized correctly is a plus. So let's dive into some nitty gritty, some stats and facts. So with the Tom Scott over here, we took a video and a little bit of emotion as well and placed it into an ad. We ran this ad for over 9 months and we saw a huge increase in clicks to the website, impressions on our Facebook and Instagram platforms, as well as what we like to really see is a high click-through rate and a low cost per click. So on average, the industry averages are 0.99% click-through rate and a $1.81 average cost per click. As you can see with the Tom Scott, we are way above the click-through rate, which is exactly where we like to be. And we're also at a very low cost per click. So we're driving more traffic to your site for less. Again, we also have some really cool options where if you add a video onto, again, a nice branded background, we can also add in an Instagram poll ad. So this adds a little more engagement to the video that's already pretty engaging. So Pier Sides over here in San Diego, we ran this for about 6 months. Again, we saw a huge increase in clicks to the site, tons of impressions on our Facebook and Instagram platforms. Again, what we like to see, a low cost per click. And then we actually took it a step further and got conversions onto the physical site. So you'll see that we had 89 conversions simply from this Instagram poll ad alone. So let's make the most of those videos. Now that you took the time to learn all about the different ones and how to implement them, really make sure that we are using them across the board. So we're using them on the website, on social content, whether that's stories, physical posts, cover photos. We're putting them into ads, maybe even sending them to prospects, putting them into newsletters. All these actions lead to branded lead generation, which is exactly what we want. So now that you've got ideas, you kind of know what to do with them, how do you get that ideal shot list? How do you get that ideal video up and running? Really make sure to create your video concept. Think about it as in full 60 seconds if that's what you're going for, or maybe 15 seconds. Really start to think about what you want to showcase in that short amount of time. Really outline the look and feel. A lot of times I highly recommend writing it down and making it very, very detailed so that way everybody on site knows exactly what they're doing. If you have awesome retail or partnerships in the area that are walkable, make sure to incorporate them in those videos. So building out that, again, that partnership, building out that lifestyle like Haley talked about before, really showcasing the neighborhood. And then make sure to highlight unique property features. So if you've got a 16th floor pool with great views, or you've got really great gym or anything like that, really making sure that that video is showcasing those unique property features to really get more bang for your buck. But again, when we are talking about videos, we always have to talk about fair housing. So if you are going to have any models on site, please make sure that you are casting a wide range of models. A lot of times we suggest not having models on site. That way you don't have to worry about any kind of fair housing things that might pop up. But if you do, totally a-okay. Again, just make sure that there is a variety of individuals and we're not really focusing so much on them. They're not in the forefront of our videos. They're more just there to add a little human element. So we've got some favorite video apps that we use on our own, and if you're in a pinch, they're really, really great to put up some awesome branded content. Personally, my favorite is Mojo and Cut Story. Cut Story is awesome for taking that video and quickly resizing it if you need it on Instagram ASAP. And Mojo is also super great if you are wanting to do motion posts really quickly. It's very user-friendly, very, very easy to follow. Highly recommend. So I just wanted to say thank you for tuning in to our video and motion webinar. We have a full library on our site. If you go to invita.com/webinars, there are tons and tons and tons of content out there, whether you want to deep dive into ads or you want to learn more about how to post content or how to do Instagram lives or anything like that. It is on there. We also have our contact information. So if you have any questions or comments, we'd love to hear from you. But right now, Haley and I would like to open up the floor to any questions right now. Perfect. We've got one coming through. It says, can I use an iPhone video on social or for ads? Absolutely. So if you've got an iPhone, go ahead and shoot that. Again, the best part about shooting on a phone is you can choose to shoot vertical. I always suggest shooting vertical and horizontal so you don't have to edit later.
And we have another question on here. How long should your videos be on social? On social, we recommend around 15 seconds for optimal results. However, if you do have a longer video, IGTV is a great option for that. They can be posted up to 60 seconds for a video on IGTV.
All right, we've got another question that says, do you recommend doing Facebook Live videos? Absolutely. We love a great Facebook Live video. That's also a plug for a webinar we have on our site. If you don't know how to do it, go there. We walk you through it. But those are great ways to really interact with your residents or future residents or even the people in the area because you are live and interacting with them on live time. All right, so we have another one. Do you recommend adding copy to the videos? I love a good mix. So I have some videos that have really drive-by text and just make sure that the text is purposeful. So we're not just adding text just for the sake of it, really adding text to make sure that it works with what is on site. But again, if text isn't your thing, videos without text do just fine as long as they are kind of a little more fast-paced.
And we have another question from Rachel. Hi, Rachel. What percentage of posts should be video versus text photos? That's a great question. So it really depends, as much video and motion as you can, but we would say just a mix of it. So probably if you're posting, 3 to 4 times a week, throwing in 1 to 2 of those monthly or throughout the month if you can, that's a great option.
So we have another question. It says, what are your thoughts about using sound music with video? It really depends on the purpose for that video. So if you're playing it on the website, sound and music is great. If it's maybe on a mobile version or it's in an ad, a lot of times people don't have the music on, so they're not going to hear it anyway, but it really depends on where you're placing that video and your purpose for that video. These are all super great questions. Do we have any more out there? So we have another question, and it's more for the designers out there. Do you use Premiere Pro or prefer the apps you mentioned? So we in-house do use bigger platforms to build out those videos, but if you're in a quick pinch and you've got video on your phone, the apps mentioned are a great quick. But again, the videos that you did see were not edited in those apps. They were edited professionally.
Okay, it looks like that's probably just about all of our questions. So thanks everyone for tuning in. You'll receive an email with this recording and the PDF for the deck. And we hope to see you again next time. So thank you.